Hello everyone, I'm Nabilah and today I want to share with you my Spanish omelette recipe. Now I love this recipe so much because it's really easy to make and it doesn't require a lot of ingredients. It's the perfect snack. You can also have it for breakfast and you can also turn it into your sandwich filling. Now I'm going to start by introducing my ingredients. I am using 4 eggs, 4 large eggs. You can also use free-range eggs. I'm using about 80 grams of white onion or yellow onion that's been thinly sliced. I'm using about 2 potatoes and I'm using white potatoes. You can use cherry, you can also use russet, you can use the local potato, it's completely up to you. And these potatoes weigh about 150 grams and it's been thinly sliced. So I've soaked it in water to avoid it from turning color. And this is a little bit different. Traditionally we don't use this, but I will be adding some mozzarella cheese in my Spanish omelette. And of course we're going to season it with some salt, and I'm using Himalayan pink salt and freshly ground black pepper and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can also use any type of cooking oil you like. I'm going to start with heating my pan, and I'm using a non-stick pan, a medium-sized non-stick pan, as you can see. And I am going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I've prepped all my ingredients because every time before I cook, I normally make sure all my ingredients are ready so I don't have to run anywhere for my ingredients. And so we're just going to heat this up, and at the same time I am going to mix my eggs. Just going to use a fork. We just want the whites and the yolk to combine. I am going to lightly season my eggs with some salt and pepper. Not too much. We're not going to add too much salt or pepper into our eggs because we will be seasoning the onion and the potatoes as well. So now my oil is hot. I'm going to turn the heat down slightly, and I am going to saute my sliced onion. If you don't have white or yellow onion, you can also use red onion. You can use shallots, you can use leek. Oh, I love leek. Leek would be great as well. Notice that my onion, some of my onions have caramelized a little bit. Don't worry, all you need to do is just turn the heat down a little bit. As long as it's not completely burnt, it's alright. Okay, so now I'm going to add in my potatoes, and I just want to show you. I've sliced my potatoes really thinly, you can see. This is so that it cooks thoroughly. Because I don't want it frying on the pan for too long. So if it's thick, it's going to take a really long time for it to completely cook. If you feel like it's a bit hard for you to slice your potatoes thinly, you can also use a mandolin. Alright, so now I'm just going to add in the potatoes. If you don't want too much potatoes, you don't have to add all of them. But I like mine with a lot of potatoes. And once my potato softens a little bit, it's going to shrink slightly. I'm just going to cook this, and this is going to take about 4 to 5 minutes until it's completely cooked. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes and my potatoes are done. So how you can tell if your potatoes done is just use a spatula and sort of break it a little bit. So if you can break it using your rubber spatula, that means it's done. So you don't want to overcook it as well because it's going to be mushy, and you don't want that. And you can see some of the onions and the potatoes are caramelized slightly. So now I turn down the heat and I want to season my potatoes with some pepper and some salt. Just a little bit because I've seasoned my eggs as well. Just gonna mix it up. There you go. Beautiful. So now you kind of want to spread the potatoes evenly on the pan. You want the potatoes to cover the bottom of the pan. And you want to add in the eggs. And just like regular omelette, you want to push it around. You want the eggs to be at the bottom of the pan so that it cooks. Just want to use your spatula and just sort of move everything around. You want medium heat, medium to low heat, because I don't like my Spanish omelette to be brown in color. I like it nice and yellow and golden in color. So medium heat is perfect. Just want to use your spatula and just go through the sides and just shape it a little bit. You can also make this using a non-stick pan, but it requires quite a bit amount of oil. Okay, so I am going to check. So I am going to pour my eggs in batches. So I haven't, as you can see, I still have a lot of eggs. I only poured like less than half of the eggs. So I'm going to do it in 3 batches because I want the eggs to cover the top part where you can see the potato is now. So I want to flip it and pour more eggs and put it back in. So you can just watch me do. So what we're doing now is we're going to cover our pan with a plate. So you need a plate that's big enough to cover your pan. And then you just flip it. Okay, and you can see this is what it looks like now. And I'm going to put a little bit of oil because I don't want my eggs to stick to my pan. Alright. So once the oil is hot, I am going to pour a little bit more eggs. And you kind of just want to create that nice, beautiful, thin layer. So you just swirl your eggs around and then slide it back in. So we're going to do this again for another layer. Okay, so that's done. So again, cover your pan with the plate and flip it. You can see that's so beautiful. So now we're going to do the last layer. I'm not going to add any more oil because I still have some oil on my pan. I'm just going to put all of the eggs. I'm going to swirl them around. And this time I'm going to put my mozzarella cheese everywhere. Spread it everywhere. If you don't have mozzarella cheese, you can also use cheddar, or you don't have to use cheese. It's completely up to you. Alright, I'm gonna slide it back in right now. Just take the sides, shape it again. And just let it cook. Beautiful. Just keep on shaping the sides. Just going to increase the heat a little bit for about 5 seconds. I'm going to switch it off. Alright, now my Spanish omelette is done. I am going to flip it. So again, same thing. I'm going to cover my pan with a clean plate now, a serving plate. There we go. There you go, that's perfect. So I'm going to put on a smaller plate for the beauty shot. Alright, so this is my Spanish omelette. It's now ready, you can see. It's so beautiful. It's nice and fluffy and yellow and just absolutely amazing. So now we're going to slice it and I'm going to show you the layers inside. There we go. Some egg, cheesy potato goodness. Absolutely easy and so delicious. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll try my Spanish omelette recipe. Enjoy!